All right, today we are here at the hangar and I'm going to be installing the extended range tank in the Challenger 2. It's not anything special, it's just a old Challenger 10-gallon tank, as you can see from all the numbers written on there. People ask me, well, why haven't you put these on yet? And the reason I haven't done the wing tanks yet is because I want to do the fairings first. And they're just really expensive, so I haven't gotten around to getting them yet. So I need to be able to extend my range. So today, like I said, we're gonna fit that tank in here, get it all hooked up. My buddy Philip, he's on the Challenger. He has a Challenger and he's in Alabama. Matter of fact, I stopped and hung out with him for a little bit when I went to my dad's funeral, and he gave me a parts list, so I got all that stuff. Thanks, buddy. And so now I'm gonna put it together. It's pretty basic, you know, it's probably how I would have done it regardless of if we talked or not, but seeing somebody else do it was like, okay, yeah, that's what I should do. So we're gonna have that in here. And then also, I'm sorry, it's such a cluster in here, guys. I just had to move a bird's nest actually out of my toolbox. I gotta figure this out, and I hate doing it because if you look in there, there's little bird eggs, but the bird saw me do it, so it knows. Also, I don't know if you guys remember, but like last year, I made a video about my Amazon. This is like a luggage cargo thing that I installed in the plane, and then I have my little battery, my Predator battery thing. So I want to be able to go far away in camp, which, you know, this is all my camping stuff, some of it. And then obviously I need to be able to have power because I make videos and my phone and things of that nature. So I want to be able to go far and enjoy those things and have the things I need. I have a 2-seat Challenger. I might as well use it. Now, Challengers are not known for their longevity. And you saw my last video, you know, I spent quite a few hours in the plane, and obviously my back was pretty bad by the time I was done. But there's a little caveat to that. My back was actually injured before this. So now my back's feeling a lot better. I'm thinking I'm gonna be okay. Also, I'm thinking for the trip, I'm gonna take the back seat, the cushion, and move it to the front. It might put me a little high up, like where my head might be touching this stuff or near it, but it might give me a lot more cushion. And then if I'm somewhere and I have to take someone for a ride, then I still have the seat cushion, because I wanna make as much space back here as I can for my stuff. Now my bag, it hangs here, if anybody remembers. I'm gonna do it here in a little bit so you'll see it. So when the bag is there, the fuel tank will have to be on this other side. And then I don't know if the battery charger thing will fit. It might not, I don't know. I had a couple battery things on my Amazon wish list, and my good buddy, Dr. Safety, he actually went on there and ordered it for me. So thank you for that. So now I have a big battery pack that if that one doesn't fit, then I can just take the larger battery banks. He also got me one GoPro battery, which is great. I have lost like 4 GoPro batteries this year, so I have those on my Amazon wish list down in the description if anybody's feeling generous. But yeah, so we're gonna get that done. I have the parts. I haven't actually built it yet. I'm probably not gonna put you guys through the building process because that would be kind of boring, but I will show you what it looks like after. But basically, I just had to get a cap. I put a hole in there as a vent. This cap is the one that's going to, the fuel will be leaving this tank going to that tank. And so what I will be doing is taking my cap off of my tank, putting it on this tank, then putting the cap with the sending unit stuff on that tank. And obviously it'll be coming out of the pickup tube here all the way from the pickup tube to a filter, from the filter to a fuel pump, and from the fuel pump into that tank. So I also want to, you saw there was a hole in the cap. I'm hoping that's enough to vent it, because obviously you don't want to have like a vapor lock or like where your tank is trying to, you know, squeeze in and out. So it's so hot. It is literally 8 something in the morning. I am already pouring sweat. The density altitude is supposed to be over 3,000 today. It's so stagnant. There's not any air. So this video is not going to be long because I don't want to be out here very long. So if you haven't yet, please share, like, subscribe, do all that junk. If you want one of these stickers, but much smaller, kind of like you know, the one on my toolbox over there, just email aviationadventureboys@gmail.com. I send them for free. It has turned out to be pretty expensive because stamps are like 70 some odd cents and the stickers are a couple dollars. So, you know, I've sent out a couple hundred of them now. So it's awesome and I love doing it and I want to do it more. Just if I send them, please use them and, you know, send me the pictures of where you put them. I think that's absolutely awesome. And if you've already gotten them and thank you so much for the support because as you probably know, all you have to do is if you have the sticker on your vehicle or something, all someone has to do is take a picture and it takes them directly to the channel. They can subscribe, hopefully, you know, no guarantees. So really quick, this is not a sponsored video, but this tank was sent to me. I had to pay the shipping and stuff, but from Sheer Technologies, Greg Klemp over at Sheer Technologies. Right now on the screen, I'm going to start putting some of the pictures of things he does in no particular order, but I know they make like a 17-gallon tank, which I would love to have one day. And then also they do the, I'll put it in front of the picture here, but they do the storage under the seat. And honestly, if it has to do with sheet metal or anything, he does the kits to convert to 582s on the Challengers. Like, he started telling me everything and I can't even list it all off. It's so much stuff. So if you're interested in upgrading your Challenger, reach out to Greg at Sheer Technologies. Tell him I sent you, I appreciate it. There's no sponsorship or anything. He's not giving me like any commission or anything like that. So, yeah, but that is where this came from. He has some used tanks. Yeah, so I'm going to use this tank as my extended range tank. So I would love to have purchased a 17-gallon tank, but I'm just not working and stuff. So I can't afford all this nice fancy stuff, just like the fairings, you know. Hey, if there's any company out there who actually wants to sponsor a video, send me some fairings. And there is one other thing I might have coming, and I don't want to give away too much, but I might be replacing that nose wheel possibly for my first sponsored video. We'll get into that later. Hopefully that happens. If it doesn't, that's fine. But it's cool that, you know, somebody would even be willing to do something like that. So John, why do you want to have all this range and all this stuff? Challenger's not made to go that far, blah, blah, blah. Well, let me show you why. All right, so this is my ForeFlight. And I have two things that I would like to do, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do one of them yet because obviously I have to see what situation I'm in at the time. But the second thing that I'm thinking about doing is going to this fly-in that's in Georgia. And as you can see, it's a 700-mile trip for me. And it would be about 11 hours of flying in the Challenger. And of course, I would have all these stops. That's one of them. And then the other one, which I'm not going to load on my iPad right now, but I have it saved in there. It's going to the Challenger fly-in at the Erie Air Park in Illinois. So that one to me is a little bit more priority to go to because of the Challenger thing, but the timing might work out to where I could go to the Georgia one and maybe not that one. I don't know yet. I have to wait until the time gets closer. But if I did that, you could imagine that would mean I would be, if I went to one or both, I would be sitting in this plane for 20, 30 hours. And I know people have done it many a times, but I don't think anybody's actually documented it. So if I go, I'll be documenting every leg of the trip. So there'll probably be daily videos of like where I'm at and how I got there. So turn that off so the battery doesn't die. But let me get things going on here. It's really hot. Like I said, I'm trying to get out of here already. So let me get this set up and get that built, and then I will get back to you guys. All right. Well, while filming this, I found out that P. Diddy was innocent. Poor guy, right? Jeez, America. Anyways, so here's the proof of concept. This is not done, but the first thing I realized is that the tank is gonna have to be in sideways until I I do the kit and remove my stick back here. But I don't want to do that because I want to be able to fly with people. But so it comes from the pickup tube to the filter, kind of wraps down and around into the fuel pump, which is currently zip tied. Obviously, I would make that a little better for the trips, you know. And then up to the cap. This is the cap that's normally on here. This is the new cap. You can see this moves a little bit, so I'm going to be getting a locking nut to replace the nut that's in the inside there so that that doesn't back off. And of course, I'm going to be doing safety wire on all of these, but since this was just proof of concept, I didn't want to make anything permanent yet. Pretty much can tell, actually, let me go grab it. Now, one thing I do have my bags. I have a 5 and a 3 gallon. The 5 gallon might not be around too much longer because I'm about to do a thing where I drop it out of the airplane to see if it survives. So if I'm assuming it's going to survive, but you know, I'm really trying to damage it to see how good it is. And then the 3 gallon, so I'll definitely have the 3 gallon, but these will probably be rolled up and be in the cargo bag while I'm flying, so that if I have to walk to a gas station, I can walk the bag with a handle instead of pulling the tank out, and at least give me range to get somewhere else. Now, I'm pretty much come to the conclusion that I'm not gonna be able to take my Harbor Freight Predator battery pack with me. I wouldn't be able to do anything. I wouldn't be able to turn, you know, the stick. It wouldn't clear there. And there's nowhere else to put it really. So unfortunately, unless I don't go with the tank, if I just have this sitting in the back seat and maybe a bag of fuel, I don't think that's gonna make it. But luckily I have a couple of those longer battery packs I can take, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. And then also I do have the ability to charge from the airplane. I just need to run something down. Like my iPad dies pretty quick, and then obviously I have my phone thing, so I just got to figure out power. The other thing too is obviously I have to wire this in, and you can see I have that switch up there. It's just sitting there right now, but I'm gonna wire it in so that it'll be right there off of my hip so I can transfer fuel. One thing I wanted to do in this video was put fuel in everything and then test it, but I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a wasp right here. Go away, please. It is way too hot. I am pouring sweat, and I've had to clean my glasses off 2 or 3 times just to accomplish something as simple as this. So I'm gonna run the engine for a minute because it's what I do when I'm here, and then probably call it a day. Actually, let me throw the bag in so you guys can see that really quick. All right, well, it's not completely installed. I have actually flown with this bag in before, and it didn't change the characteristics at all. This literally is just, what is it called? It's called, whatever that says, I can't see it from up here, but it was on Amazon. I want to say it was like $30 or $20, $30. And the cool thing is, you know, you load all your stuff this way because of the way I have it set up. And like, that's my sleeping bag, my tent, my cooking thing is, hiking cooking stuff is in there. And it doesn't weigh anything, it's all ultralight stuff. But there's also these little zips up here. You could put your phone or whatever. There's a couple of them, there's one down there too. As you can see, even if I put a bunch more stuff in there, it expands, and I can tighten it and loosen it with these straps. So it doesn't really get in the way of the tank. The tank is gonna be secured beautifully. That'll be secured differently. Like, obviously it has these straps on there, but those are because it goes and installs in a car. So I'm gonna have additional straps so that it doesn't fail while I'm flying. So if you're interested in something like that, you could go to Amazon and pick that up. Like I said, I did practice with it before and it flew great. I couldn't even tell it was back there. Matter of fact, I forgot it was back there. So it doesn't really change the flight characteristic at all. Yes, sorry it's so dark. But yeah, so that's the setup for cross-country stuff. One day I would like to have the 2.5s on the thing. The guy who built my airplane actually reached out to me on Facebook. He says, John, I think I built your airplane. And of course I recognize the name because his name's all over this airplane. And he actually did. This plane was red. And oddly enough, even though it's plain Jane, he claims, and I don't know, I'm sure people will come on here and be like, John, you're an idiot. This was actually the first Challenger that had those type of tanks installed back in the 90s. And he has a picture of it, and of course it was red, and I knew it was red because there are some, not that one as much, but in the back, a little yellow came off and I saw red. So that also tells me the fabric's pretty old, but it passed the punch test. It's always been indoors. So I don't know, it's probably gonna need fabric soon. That was one of my hesitations about going to like these fly-ins and stuff, because I know people are gonna, you know, because I make videos with my plane, so they're gonna nitpick it. But if it passes the test, it just might be ugly, then I'm not gonna go and rip it all off and redo it yet. I do wanna redo it because in its lifetime, it did get something that happened to where it crunched up a little bit here. But oddly enough, in some of the pictures I've seen in it from long ago, it looked like that still too. So I don't know, maybe it was a long time ago, but it passes inspections. And like I said, when we punch tested it, we actually punched it harder than you were supposed to on accident, and it left a good divot, but you know, the divot came out once it warmed up. So yeah, appreciate you guys being here watching. If you're interested in any of this stuff, Greg has at Shear Technologies. I'll put a link down in the description. Again, that doesn't do anything for me. It's just appreciate him having this stuff for, like, he had the tank. Well, if you guys have any questions on anything I did, feel free to leave it in the comments. Hey, if you're a company that wants to sponsor the channel somehow, I've got space on the plane here. Like, I would need fairings. There's lots of things I could use for the plane. If there's somebody who makes these things that wants to sponsor some stuff, it'd be cool. I see so many social media people getting just millions of views over the stupidest crap, and I don't know, it's a little discouraging. But the cool thing is I know there's a solid group of people that watch this channel, and it's why I do it. Even if I had a full-time job, I would still come out here and bust out videos because it's fun. And I know I've encouraged a lot of people to get into this sport. They've reached out to me. Literally, people have started watching my videos and now have a plane. It blows my mind. You know, Jack was one of them. He bought his plane, and now I have the Challenger 1, and we're going to be getting that going. Unfortunately, Jack passed away. You guys probably know the story if you've been watching the channel. But so yeah, if you're interested in sponsoring a video or the channel or whatever, just reach out to me. Yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys live, if you live somewhere between Tyler, Texas, and Erie, Pennsylvania, or not Pennsylvania, excuse me, Erie, Illinois, or Tyler, Texas, and Americus, Georgia, where the other flying is. If you're somewhere between here and there, and you have like a private strip, or you could like pick me up to go help me get fuel, because I like to run 91 ethanol free in the plane. I can run 100 low lead. I just don't really want to. As much as I can, I want to get car gas. If you live in between those things, feel free to email me at aviationadventureboys@gmail.com. And I'd love to, you know, meet up with whoever. And then also, if they could give me a ride to go get some fuel, that would be pretty cool. So if there's an airport around you, there is a lot of restricted airspace. So to draw a straight line from here to Americus, Georgia is only like 650, but I have to do about a 700-mile trip because I have to stay away from some of the restricted airspace. It's military operating, not restricted, military operating, but they start at such a low level that I don't want to be flying that low. So, and realistically, I don't have ADS-B out. I have it in, but I can't see them, they can't see me, and they're doing, military people are doing hundreds of miles an hour, and I'm doing Mach 0.0000001. So I'll definitely not be able to get out of their way in time in my baby, the Challenger here. So the Challenger 1 that I was talking about, Jack's Challenger 1, that's a little bit different. It's going to require a lot of work. I'm hoping that once I get to the point to do that, maybe there's somebody who will help me maybe sponsor that plane a little bit. But we have to remove the fabric because it had an accident, and so we have to be able to see the longerons and stuff and see where the gears attach. And I just got to go through it completely, probably some engine work. It's kind of a whole thing, but it's really important to me to get it going because, you know, Jack, I just want to do it for Jack. So, and obviously it's cool for the channel, and it kind of goes full circle because Jack bought the plane because of the channel. Now he was going to fly regardless of the channel, but I think he had said, hey, you led me to the Challenger. So I would really like to get that done. And yeah, so that airplane's going to be different because that airplane cruises really fast. That airplane cruises like 90. So it's got a 503, all the fairings and the whole shabam. But it's going to need Black Max brakes. The person who wrecked it, or didn't wreck it, but landed it hard and broke things, they replaced all this stuff except for they didn't put any brakes on it. So it's just literally the fiberglass with a wheel at the end of it with just the one bracket. So I'm gonna have to do all that. So there's a lot that's gonna go into this plane, but it's gonna be worth it in the long run. So yeah, if you haven't yet, please like, share, subscribe, comment. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully the next video will be flying. The next video will probably be something 4th of July related. Also, Justice, my younger son, my 15-year-old, he wants to do a thing where he told me, he's like, if you sat in the back seat and I was in the front seat, he's like, I could do everything. I said, cool, bet, let's find out. So, and then one of the next few videos, you're gonna see that. And if it sounds like something fun, make sure you stick around for the channel. And other than that, I appreciate you guys being here, and we'll see you guys on the next one.